my problem number 9, and then we have bounds going from -1 to 1, negative square root of 1 minus x squared to 0, then 0 to square root of 1 minus x squared minus y squared to x squared y dz dy dx. Since this is a spherical equation, we're going to change the bounds. So for the first bound, it's going to be changed for y, and that's going to be this. And since x is bounded from -1 to 1, we put that on the x-axis, and that goes from, since this is also theta, it's measured around, so it would be like from here to here, which would be pi to theta to 2 pi. And then since that's a spherical coordinate, we gotta find what x is. This is y. And then we do z to, and then this is 0, and then we're going to 1. And then so this will be like this. So this will be 0 to 5 to pi over half. Yeah, cool. So now our new bounds are 0 to pi over 2, and then pi to 2 pi, then to 0, 1. That'll be rho squared sine squared phi, then cosine squared theta in parentheses times rho sine phi sine theta times rho squared sine phi d or d rho, even though that looks like an e, so d rho, which is e, well, yeah. And then we got d theta, and then d phi. Cool, I messed that up. Anyway, so for first, we're gonna do pi, 0 to pi. So 0 to pi halves is will be sine to the 4th theta d theta. Then we multiply that times that, and which will be d phi, d theta, d phi. And then we have cosine squared theta times sine theta d theta times 0 to 1, where rho, which is rho squared to the 5th d rho. Next, we find what these answers are. So this is something we should remember, but there's like a graph for it or something like that. But this would equal 3 pi over 16. Then this one will equal, take the antiderivative of this will be 1 over 6. And then for this one, we have to use substitution, which will be, we're going to substitute cosine since it's squared. So u will equal cosine. So du will equal negative sine theta du. But since that negative's right there, we'll just move it out. Let's move that out here. Now it's negative du sine theta. And next, we find a new bounds. So cosine to cosine pi will equal -1, and then 2 pi will equal 1. And so now we multiply all these together, it'll be 3 pi over 16 times the new bound of -1 to 1 over u squared du times 1 over 6, which this will be with the negative out front. Make sure you keep the negative out front. One-third minus -1/3, which will be plus 2/3, but we have negative out front, so it'll equal -2/3. So we multiply that now, so it'll be 3 pi over 16 times -2/3 times 1 over 6, which will equal -6 pi over 288. Well, yeah, 288, which simplifies to -pi over 48. And that's the answer for number 9.